We're going to be talking about some new leaks for Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. The Gaming Revolution has been talking about the chances of seeing MW3 Remastered, but we need to specifically talk about what we care a bit more about in this situation, which is MW3 Multiplayer Remastered. There's a huge deal right now going on as to what is the status with MW2 Multiplayer Remastered, and we've talked about that time and time again. We've gone back and forth. Activision says one thing, TGR says another thing. There's so many different weird things going on behind the scenes, but let's just start off with MW3 and see if there are any similarities. Could this be the same situation just with MW3, and instead of it releasing in 2020 like with MW2 and MW2 Remastered Multiplayer, MW3's campaign and multiplayer would be scheduled for a release 2021, maybe even 2022. We got the leaks that MW2 was being remastered over 2 years ago, but the Game Revolution actually told us that MW3 was also being remastered almost like 6 months ago as well. So MW3 was always a thing we were sort of talking about, but most people were focused on MW2 because obviously that was going to be the next remastered to release. They wouldn't release MW3 Remastered before MW2 Remastered, so that all makes sense. The Game Revolution has been talking about this, and keep in mind in the background, and we're going to go through this throughout this video, the Game Revolution had said for a while that campaign and multiplayer was being developed behind the scenes for MW2 Remastered. Clearly, they only released the campaign version, and a bunch of the other original leaks said it would only be campaign, but multiplayer, at least from a lot of different sources, was still being made behind the scenes. And then the new update we got the other day, yesterday or 2 days ago, was that MW2 multiplayer is still there. Activision just said, you know what, we're not going to release it because we think they changed it too much and we think that people won't like it. So that was the new update that, multiplayer was being developed for MW2, but at least as of now, they don't want to release it. Now, with MW3, the Game Revolution is pretty much saying it might be the same situation. So Call of Duty leaker, the Game Revolution, has given fans an update on the possibility of having Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, and it looks like it could be similar to MW2 Remastered. While Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going strong and giving fans a soft reboot of the franchise's hugely popular sub-series, COD fans are still wanting more, especially from the popular titles of the past. MW2 Remastered, which has been rumored for quite some time, finally dropped for PlayStation owners on March 31st. The iconic multiplayer side of things isn't there. COD fans could see another remastered title in the form of MW3 Remastered. Call of Duty leaker The Game Revolution revealed that the remastered title has been in the works for quite some time now. Like MW2, however, he understands that it will be campaign only. The Game Revolution says, I have no idea if they even started on MW3 Remastered multiplayer like they did with MW2 Remastered, or if they've only worked on the campaign, the YouTuber said in his April 16th upload. But likewise to Modern Warfare 2, it has pretty much been finished for quite some time. So the Game Revolution says MW3 Remastered has been finished for a long time, but at least as of his knowledge, it's only the campaign. The Game Revolution noted that previous leaks and rumors have claimed that Sony wanted all of previous Modern Warfare titles, at least the campaigns, to be remastered prior to Modern Warfare so that fans were up to date. However, he claims this was put on hold for one reason or another. So originally, all of these remastered titles were supposed to release alongside Modern Warfare 2019. That clearly didn't happen. So before we go through some more information here, let's talk about the similarities between MW2 Remastered and MW3 Remastered. So, like I said again, the Game Revolution as of now is saying that at least according to his sources, according to his knowledge, there's no development of MW3 Multiplayer Remastered behind the scenes. But as you guys know, and as I know, I feel like that's not the case, and if it's not being developed, it's probably going to be developed either this year or very soon. So, for one, we know behind the scenes, let's just start off first, Modern Warfare Remastered, COD 4, Modern Warfare Remastered, was a full remaster. We had the campaign, we had the multiplayer. MW2 Remastered, we at least have campaign, and we know about all of the leaks behind the scenes saying that even though Activision is saying there's no multiplayer, there is an MW2 Remastered multiplayer. So if there's multiplayer for Modern Warfare, COD 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, and there's multiplayer at least not released yet, but there's multiplayer for MW2 Remastered, then why would there not be multiplayer for MW3 Remastered? It's a pretty obvious thing that they're going to release multiplayer for MW3 Remastered. And I think the situation is right now is that the Game Revolution has information. He has the leaks. He has his source telling him about the status and update as to when MW2 Remastered multiplayer is going to release, because that's what they're currently working on. That's what's finished. Like, MW2 Remastered multiplayer, at least according to the leaks, is finished. So his sources are giving him updated information on that. MW3 Remastered campaign or multiplayer, that's later on down the line. That's not going to be happening anytime soon. 2021, 2022. Sooner or later, the Gamer Revolution or whoever else is leaking out this information will probably tell us that, okay, they started development on MW3 Multiplayer Remastered. I mean, the Game Revolution is telling us yesterday that they already have the campaign done for MW3, so next up clearly is for them to work on MW3 Multiplayer Remastered. That just makes sense, and that's obviously what they're going to do. Activision wants to capitalize on these multiplayers. I know MW2 multiplayer maybe is a bit more popular than MW3 multiplayer, but I like MW3 multiplayer a lot. There's a lot of people that like MW3 multiplayer, and I think, again, it would be silly for them not to actually remaster multiplayer for MW3 if they're already doing it for MW2 as well, and then release it alongside any other Call of Duty or in between a Call of Duty or whatever they decide to do in the next couple of years. Some more information here about MW3 Remastered. The YouTuber also noted that in the museum part of MW2 Remastered, there is a number of concept art paintings that are described as being part of the Remastered collection, which could be an Easter egg hinting at MW3 Remastered. And obviously, the Remastered collection was supposedly what they were supposed to release, COD 4 Modern Warfare Remastered with MW2 Remastered and with MW3 Remastered. So they could be teasing that right there, and it looks like they're teasing that within MW2 Remastered in the museum. So despite releasing on March 31st, it is widely believed that MW2's remastered campaign was developed a couple of years ago when hints first started dropping that it was in the works. So I don't think it's it's pretty much confirmed at this point that MW2 campaign remastered has been finished since 2018, but we have no real confirmation, but it's pretty much common knowledge that that is the case. But the Game Revolution says, however, TGR doesn't know when fans can expect to be playing MW3's remastered campaign yet. Considering it is supposedly finished, we'll just have to wait and see what Activision chooses to do. So again, you're starting to see a lot of similarities between MW2 Remastered and MW3 Remastered. MW2 Remastered was finished for a long time, and it was just a matter of when Activision decided when to release the game. Same thing here with MW3. MW3 Remastered clearly is finished according to the lease. Obviously, we don't have 100% confirmation, but I think we can take a good bet that it is finished, and it's just a matter of when Activision decides to release MW3 Remastered. Similarities here as well, developing the campaign first, releasing the campaign separately, and at least according to the leaks, seeing MW2 Multiplayer Remastered release, and then later on, after MW3 campaign is released, we would see the release of MW3 Multiplayer Remastered. Now, clearly this may be a premature video because I am a realist, and the real indicator on the fate of MW3 Remastered, multiplayer that is if we actually see MW2 Multiplayer Remastered release. So, I know the leaks are saying yes. I know Activision says no, but Activision lies sometimes, and everyone's saying different stuff. But if MW2 Multiplayer Remastered never releases, and it just doesn't happen, and Infinity Ward decides to add the MW2 maps to Modern Warfare 2019, and that's it, that's all we're gonna see, and there's just never an MW2 Multiplayer Remastered, then we're obviously not going to see an MW3 Multiplayer Remastered. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to release MW3 Multiplayer Remastered without MW2 Multiplayer Remastered. So I think this year is a pretty good year. It's a year to see, okay, if they release MW2 Multiplayer Remastered, we're definitely going to get MW3 Multiplayer Remastered in 2021, 2022, maybe even 2023. Who knows? But that's definitely the next game to be remastered with a multiplayer as well. So obviously, I'm cautious. I don't want to go too all in on the leaks and too all in, because I know Activision maybe lies sometimes, but they don't lie all the time, and they could be telling the truth here. At least the leaks behind the scene, have been pretty accurate. The Game Revolution, we know, I've been talking about this for years now. I mean, obviously he's been very accurate, so it seems like we should believe him. He's saying as of now, MW3 Multiplayer Remastered isn't really a thing, but that's only because it's very early on in development. Right now, they're just focused on campaign. They're finishing up campaign from MW3, and then next up clearly is the multiplayer from MW3. That's just, what makes sense in that realm. So as the months progress, maybe even as the years progress, as we get maybe to the end of 2020, we'll get new information probably talking about, okay, MW3 Multiplayer Remastered is being developed, it's being worked on, this and that. So once we get that, I'll make the video. We'll talk about it. But as of now, gotta be cautious, but we'll have to see. It should be coming very soon. I think overall, they know they'd make so much money. Activision knows how many players are going to come back to the game to play MW2 Multiplayer Remastered, MW3 Multiplayer Remastered, Black Ops 2 Multiplayer Remastered. Like, they know very well how many people they can get to buy these multiplayer remasters. They get old fans, they get new fans. It'd just be such an insane thing. So I think they know very well how much money they make as well, and that's going to be happening very soon. It's just a matter of time. So let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below MW3 if you watched the whole video. I'll see you guys later.